Hello and welcome to the losers finals of the Chroma and Blight February tournament. We've got Fugent fighting against Swag and Yasha in a fancy Bebu Boomo mirror match, which is going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Now we're going to go ahead and start the predictions for chat. I'm curious to see how they will be estimating who wins. So, it's going to be top Bebu versus bottom Bebu. Both of these decks are quite similar, although, importantly, not actually the same. They are using a lot of the same ideas, and they have some overlapping cards. But, this deck down here, the one from Swag and Yasha, is a lot more combo orientated, while Fugent's it's a lot more just kind of like controlling, survivability orientated. So it kind of comes down to which one do you think is going to be stronger? Do you think combo will take the W, or do you think the slower, more controlling style will? Traditionally speaking, I would say, right, and I think that's kind of the traditional opinion, is that control loses to combo, and as such, that's probably how this is going to go. But of course, it is way too early to tell. So yeah, for now, we'll just chill. All right, we see some casual Mystic Vanguards already being played with the Vanguard Recruiters here. We've got cards like Itat the Fast. I wonder how powerful Itat the Fast is going to be here. Because I can see both. I can see it being not that strong. I can see it being completely overwhelming. It's probably going to be really, really powerful. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway. Can I predict mid Bebu or jungle Bebu? No, my friend. It seems somebody forgot to end their turn. Would probably be a good idea to click that button. There we go. Hey, sometimes you just gotta use up all of your time, think it through, make sure you know exactly what your plan is. And some other times, you already know exactly what your plan is. You don't need to think. What are you, an idiot? I know what I came here to do, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and slam my guy. So, something that is notable here is Itat the Files, right? I think it's going to be, again, one of the key cards here. It is incredibly powerful. It can clear out the board and leave permanent damage behind. However, and this is the important thing, Mystic Vanguards and Stewards of Fate tend to have stats strong enough that they won't immediately die to the Itat the Fast marks. So the companions will still be able to stay on the board and they will still be able to continue fighting. They just won't be as powerful as they would otherwise have been. And it's going to be kind of like interesting to see how that plays out. So we have one Balafar incident already available, already drawn here. You can see, of course, kind of the key card for most of these decks. Oh, well, for these decks, for this Bebu deck. All right, one of the most important cards there. And so, yeah, we're going to have to wait and see how that plays out. All right, good old Toad. This guy does just come back there, so it's not necessarily the most effective thing, but at the very least, it removes it temporarily. Chat in the meantime discussing math, so that's very good. Good maths, everybody. Good math. Bebu at the top. The magical girl Bebu, I suppose. Just kind of chilling. Gonna throw down good old Scholar's Attendant. Grabbing probably another Blight Baptism, right? That's the only thing in there. Ah, okay, interesting. I wonder if that's going to be the strategy here, you know, utilize the Blight Baptisms. All right, by the skin of my teeth, takes down the Jade Pit Horror. That's always a great thing, like a great powerful creature that you want to get out of the way. Because Jade Pit Horror is It's not necessarily the most overwhelming thing in the world, but it also is able to just be very effective at fighting companions without actually needing to fight companions. So, and also it actually just hits kind of hard. 6 damage. Okay. Lots of cards in hand, though. I don't really think you want to do anything with them, though. Like, what do you do here? Just gonna pass. Just gonna straight up pass the turn. Okay. Yeah, I think we're looking at a Balefar Incident next turn. Not enough mana really to do anything. I guess the approach here is just going to be to hope that we don't overdraw anything important. Right, that's the whole thing. Let's just not overdraw something we actually need. Balefar Incident could come out next turn, so could hit that the files. So those are, you know, 2 very powerful options there to gain control over the board or start setting up your combo. Kind of depends on what you're prioritizing. Personally, I think actually like getting the Balefar Incident down is probably more important right now. All right. Yeah, especially since this guy is now in play, right? Just get that out of there. However, so something that's kind of important to keep in mind here. For the rest of the game, give all allied Mystic Vanguards to the Fate Bolt. So there's actually a benefit to both players having their own Balefar Incident. They both have to play it. Right? And whoever plays theirs first actually does matter. So here it comes. It's going to clear out all of this and then immediately pass it. That actually looked kind of fancy. I like that. I like how that animation played into the next one so smoothly. Kind of nice. Okay, we've got 4 more mana queued up. And there's another Echo Mage. Probably just, you know, passing the time until next turn, where you'll be able to actually play your own incident. I don't know. We'll see. There's been no Animus Mirror yet, which is the big card that you need to actually start comboing. Without the Animus Mirror, your guys just kind of pretty good at attacking, which is good. There's nothing wrong with being good at attacking, but that's not the full extent of what you're capable of, right? You are more than just being good at attacking. So, something to consider there. Too many cards in hand. Well, actually, you could just pass the turn. You could. Yeah. No, it is a possibility. The question, of course, is, should you? All right, that's 4 mana. Probably going to play an Echo Mage and then just pass. All right, Echo Mage in the very left page. And you could use the ability. I don't really think you need the ability here. No, we're going to use it, okay? It's fair. Finding the Rummage. So Rummage is actually nice here because it will also be able to find you the Animus Mirror. And we're not in Act 2 just yet. So the Act counter being carefully managed here to make sure that Swag and Yasha will be the one heading into Act 2 first. It's kind of nice that they're playing different Bebu skins though. Makes it feel a little... It makes it feel a little less like an actual mirror match here. Okay, there is the files. It's going to be protected. Yeah, this is where you kind of have to ask yourself the question is how much do you want to prioritize taking this down? Because you're not actually going to be able to necessarily do so all that easily. Feedback, Grand Finals should be best of 1 with 1 game advantage to the player coming from winners. I don't really best of 5. I don't really like doing best of 5s out of nowhere because a best of 5 is still a different format from a best of 3. And I think suddenly doing best of 5s is kind of creating a scenario in which you're actually asking players to play a new format just for the finals, which I'm not a big fan of. Yeah. That's pretty much the main concern. All right, rummage. Nice. That's going to open up the door for the Animus Mirror. And I think that's really all you're looking for before you can start comboing, you know? Does it that the files is probably going to be taken down by the other one? That's assuming Fusion thinks that's important enough. There's 5 mana queued up. Could also just play a second It That the Files to take this one down. No, we're just going to use the ability. Yeah. So you can definitely handle it this way, right? You don't actually have to, you know, do anything fancy here. Don't have to attack. The ability is just plenty powerful. So we've got some of these markings down. I fully expect an uncover for an enchantment, which will be the Animus Mirror. There it is. Although I'm not sure if we're gonna go for it just yet, because we could also just It That the Files those two guys again. I know, it feels a bit silly, right? It's just bouncing back these big dragon beetles, like bouncing them back and forth. But sometimes that's just what you gotta do. It'll just do the trick. Yeah, I think that's where we're headed right now. You could also just play the Animus Mirror at this point. I'm not sure how much of a fan I'm of that. I think that might be a bit risky. Alright, yes, that will take down these two. So this board is already looking a little under pressure. Just a little under pressure, a little bit worried about everything. 5 mana. What's that? Forsaken Armorer. Ah, clever. So this may seem a bit weird. Playing the Forsaken Armorer into the It That the Files mark. But when a Forsaken Armorer is destroyed, she actually leaves behind a mark herself, which will overwrite the It That the Files mark. So this is just kind of saying, you know what, I'm fine passing up a bit of damage right now, especially since you have plating anyway. It's not actually going to make a difference. And I'm going to trade this guy, and that's going to get rid of this mark. And honestly, I like that. I think that's pretty clever. That is scary though. That over there, that's going to start bringing back It That the Files every single turn. I mean, assuming it gets cleared, but you know, you can't really not have it get cleared. That's not really a great option either. Okay. Heading into this this next turn, there's a lot of damage potential, although actually not that much mana. I wonder if there's an argument to be made for just waiting a turn and making sure you have enough mana for everything you want to do. Okay. Playing a Forge Master. We're not in Act 3 yet, so we're not quite able to use like any crazy Son of Driven stuff. But it's actually not really needed that much, honestly. Yeah, this is the question, right? Like, do you play something? And if you do play it, why? Like, you could just attack with the Forsaken Armor. You know, get rid of this It That the Files mark. That way you deny the It That the Files effect next turn as well. And I guess play Animus Mirror and just kind of call it a day. That way you can even use the Animus Mirror to ping for a point of damage. Weird positioning. I feel like you would have put that on the mark. Like you put that on the mark. That would maybe be a bit better. Okay. Alright then. This game looks more like a card game than a PC card game. Not that I like Hearthstone much, but they have mechanics like Discover or other crazy random stuff that uses computer-generated mechanics. I don't think it would be a fair assessment to say that Chroma doesn't have any mechanics that require you to have a PC. I think that would be a very silly assumption, and a very faulty one at that, if you were to ask me. Alright. Nice, gonna go ahead and toggle all of that stuff. Just because something it doesn't have random written on every word, doesn't mean that it's not using things that work only on a PC. Uncover is basically discover now? No. Uncover is very different from discover. So Uncover in Chroma just gives you the top 3 cards of your deck that fit the descriptor. Discover in Hearthstone gives you 3 random cards that don't have to be in your deck at all that fit the descriptor, which is very different. So I'm actually wondering how this is gonna work. Does the destruction trigger first or the defile? So the dusk. So it seems the dusk happens before the defiles mark. Yeah, this didn't work out so well. This did not work out so well at all. Fusion did end up taking a lot of damage though from the defiles. But Uncover is an example of a computer-required mechanic like Discover, I think. I mean, in theory, you could do it without a computer, but yeah, it is very much. Honestly, again, I think the whole assumption here is incredibly faulty. And it's just, the only reason why I bring it up is because it kind of bugs me, right? Because it's the kind of thing where it's just kind of like, you know, saying something while being pretty much completely ignorant of the actual subject. But sorry, let me move on. It doesn't really matter that much. All right, Veteran Executor and Beholds and Becomes. Like those are kind of like the 2 big pieces for the combo that you're looking for. By the way, something I've been wondering about with this deck. Okay, I've just been. What about Latent Warp Spring in the sideboard? What about that? You put down some Latent Warp Springs on your side, and then you can use the primary to like toggle everything into the combat stance.
Let's not do non-PC card game during global pandemic, please.
Hey, Wispy. That's right. Yeah, never forget about that. Okay then. Wow, that is a lot of damage on the board right now. And we're going to copy our Veteran Executor, I assume. Yep, this is always the smart thing. You gotta do it like this first. Because now you can toggle out of the stance. Is this lethal? Oh, it's over. Oh, it's over. Oh my god. Yep. Turns out combo is pretty good against control. Alright then, everybody. Let's have a look at our outcome. Bottom Babu ended up taking it. And very good, everybody. You got yourself some nice little channel points. So let's try this again. Gonna give you a 2-minute submission period while the players are sideboarding. Who wins after sideboarding? Top Babu or bottom Babu? Okay, like here's the thing. Here's the thing. I kind of personally want, I don't know, I kind of want Fusion to win. Maybe I shouldn't say that, maybe that's being mean, but Fusion actually built his own deck. And Swag and Yasha just copy-pasted somebody else's deck list and is now in losers finals. And, you know, like, I can kind of respect that as well. Of course, there's nothing wrong with using somebody else's deck. But it is also just kind of funny because I think pretty much everybody else in the tournament, at least, you know, like, even if they took inspiration from somebody else, they modified it, you know, and they made it their own in some sort of way. And I think Swag and Yasha literally just took the same fucking deck, and that's all that's happening here. But it's winning. Wait, Swag and Yasha on Fusionator. Check this out. Check who's the top betters. Fugent betting on top Bebo, and Swag and Yasha betting on bot Bebo. You guys don't get to bet on yourself. Well, actually, you do get to bet on yourself. You get to bet that you yourself are going to win. You don't get to bet that the other one is gonna win. That would be cheating. But no, that is fine. That is acceptable. All right, it's gonna be turn 1, turn 2. You know how it goes. And it seems that, surprisingly enough, most people are actually betting that top Babu is going to take it. Which, I gotta say, I didn't really see coming, but I guess that's how it goes. Alright then. I don't think Swag and Yasha really needs to change anything here. Just kind of keep going with what you've been doing, right? Like, this has been working out perfectly well. Play the Black Dragon Saint here, J-Pit Horror next turn. Can you even play? No, you can't play J-Pit Horror next turn if you play a Black Dragon Saint now. Yeah, just wait. Whatever. Right? You would rather be able to respond, I think, than to be a little more proactive. In this kind of matchup, it's just gonna be more combo based anyway. It doesn't really matter so much that you have immediate priority. So we can see, by the way, Prey in hand. That does mean there is a counter to the Animus Mirror. That's really important. It's not only a counter to it being on the board, but it's even a counter to it being in hand, so you can kind of like snipe it out. And I'm pretty sure that Swag and Yasha doesn't play any other enchantments, right? It's just Animus Mirror, so that you can fish it out with the Rummage. Okay. By the way, did you hear about the Italian chef who slipped in the kitchen? No, I did not. But I am curious to hear how this story continues. Alright then. I mean, you just hit, right? That's a good turn. Hit, play a Black Dragon Saint, probably. Or I guess you could like hit and chill. Or play an Echo Mage? I don't know. I feel like playing Echo Mage right now is probably not right. Because if you play the Echo Mage right now, it might get removed before you get the opportunity to find the Valafar Incident. You know, that would limit things a little. I don't know. Alright, 7 mana available. With the Bag of Crowns, that's enough for an Itat Defiles, which I don't know how these people do it. How is... God. That's some wild stuff. Every time. They always have it. Every time. There's some scamming happening with this deck, honestly. Some nonsense happening that's making it so that you can just always get the exact right card. Well, I still don't know what happened to the Italian chef who slipped in the kitchen. Which honestly makes me a little upset. I would really like to know. I think this is important. Valafar Incident now available. Looking like this... okay, yeah. I was about to say, like, this is looking like the... Echo Mage will just be taken down though, and that wouldn't be great because that just leaves another marker on the board. And you don't necessarily want that. We just saw that Swag and Yasha's Bebu deck is easily capable of just taking down Fusion from honestly a fairly high amount of HP. So, you know, if you can at all avoid it, I think you really want to try and make an effort to reduce the amount of these the fast markings, because these can actually reduce the damage enough that you would struggle a bit. Okay. Alright, we're drawing a rummage, and then I suspect we are playing a rummage, and then and then we're rummaging for... You probably do rummage for... What's it called? For the Animus Mirror? But if you do that, you're kind of setting yourself up to be caught by prey, which we know is available. So you need to make sure that you are actually just gonna go for like a one-turn kill with the combo, which is possible for sure. But then you're not really playing anything for a while. I actually think you can't use for go for Animus Mirror with this rummage, because that's just gonna get caught by prey, and then you have wasted a bunch of mana, you know, wasted a card, and just giving your opponent like some nice targets. All right, there's the files. Not a big surprise. I will just take that down really quick. And no, we did go for it.
Hi.
Hey, Overdunk! Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime, my friend. Thank you for the 4 months. Really appreciate it. Alright, so there's the Butterfly incident. Okay, sure. I mean, it's good. Right now, nothing's going to be bounced with prey, so you're okay in that regard. The problem is just, like, you really can't actually play anything right now anymore, because it will just all get bounced by prey. And then the Animus Mirror is gone. I think what you have to do is you probably have to play the Animus Mirror first and just kind of like bait out the prey that way, and then go for like maybe some of these Black Dragon Saints and just start hitting for damage. That would be a way I can see this working. Okay. Yeah, it's just gonna be some more damage there. So this is something that can get bounced, right? And if Fugent has been paying attention, which I assume has been happening, then it should be fairly obvious that an Animus Mirror is in hand. Alright, more healing. I don't know if healing is actually the right way to go. I mean, you can always try to out-heal a combo deck. But personally, I find that doesn't usually work. Because if you out-heal them, it's kind of the same as saying, you know, I'm just gonna die later. And Bebu isn't necessarily the best at healing. Like, that's not what she usually does. I mean, she could incorporate more purple to get all of the healing necessary, but do you really want to do that? What's the score? Swag and Yasha leading with game 1. Oh, this is bad news. Oh, Fugent is in trouble. Is Fugent dead? Is Hema? So you play Animus Mirror. That always happens, right? Honestly, do you play Hema and then try to rummage? Like you play rummage? And get the second Animus Mirror? You could try to do something like that. It's probably a bit of a waste because Hema can start, can come down and attack for 9 damage, which is quite a lot. And if possible, you don't really want to lose that. Because that's a pretty hefty attack. Alright, here's the Animus Mirror. Yep, there's one ping. Second ping. Immediate guarded stance again. Not much of a surprise. Yeah, there's a lot of careful thinking and planning happening here. You're gonna poke the hero again. And then just a quick trade. Sensible. There is enough here for the... But you can't actually really go for the Veteran Executor combo anymore. Which we saw earlier, because you do need the Bebu primary for that. Right? That's like a necessary part there. Yeah. There's enough mana for it, but like it's just not the actual cooldown ready, which is the bigger problem. So just playing a more removal based game right now seems sensible to me. Maybe play Echo Mage and try to, find some sort of fun ability. Some sort of fun spell. Okay. Alright, just gonna leave it at that. So Fusion needs to remove this Animus Mirror. Because else Fusion is just dead. It's just lethal. Easy. It might be lethal even without it, honestly. Okay. Board getting a little cluttered, right? This is what I described earlier. This could be a problem long term. And there goes the Animus Mirror. And a Blight Baptism. Honestly, I just don't know if that actually really matters, Okay. You can attack with Hema here and just trigger some nice stuff, which might be worth it. You just attack, you get yourself another rummage, you can find the next Animus Mirror. Or an Echo Mage, I guess that works. Alright, yep. Because at this point, this deck plays only rummages as spells, right? This deck plays 4 spells, which are 3 rummages and 1 Valorfar Incident. If it even plays that much. I mean, it only plays 2 rummages to guarantee that the Echo Mages always hit the Incident. There's a lot of search for the Incident here. This deck is really trying to prioritize getting there with that. And that makes sense. I think that's smart. You need to make sure that you hit your big combo pieces. But at the same time, it also means that you don't have really much space for anything else. And that can be a bit of a problem. Rummage is yeah, that seems to be the strategy here, placing these guys in the pass mark. Honestly, it hasn't worked yet. It actually hasn't done anything yet. Alright, cool, I guess. You have to rummage here, right? You need the Animus Mirror. Okay. And leaving... Well, it defies can't attack right now, but it can use its ability. It that defiles is actually being a bit of an issue on this board now. Because it's managed to become relevant enough in terms of the marks that have been placed, that that there's just not enough space to actually avoid them anymore. Ah, more plating. Yeah, that plating is a hassle. Egotist. Funnily enough, you can just throw an Egotist into one of those marks and break the plating. I mean, you're sacrificing a bit of your own too, but whatever. I think at this point you don't really care. Wait, no Animus Mirror. That's a bit of a surprise. I mean, what were you looking for with the Vanguard Recruiter? Another Beholds and Becomes? Right, so Swag and Yasha used Rummage to find a companion as opposed to an enchantment, which is what I expected. Oh no, don't do it. Don't play the It.the Fast on that page. Oh no. No, no. Swag and Yasha, no. Don't do it. Small side note, It.the Fast hits your own stuff. Okay. At least you have some sort of board control now. But this still looks a bit bad. That's for sure. Veteran Executor, I think, is the big card that can help with this. Right? Because it buffs everything with +2/+2 at this stage. And then the Beholds and Becomes, yeah, you can get +6/+6 on all of your stuff. And as I already mentioned, you can actually just play an Egotist to break this one plating. So there is actually a sort of realistic chance of getting some sort of lethal soon. Oh, not anymore. No, no, no. You definitely needed the It.the Fast to survive that. Also, the problem is the barrier, right? The the first barrier still being there, so this Bebu actually has quite a lot of protection at this particular moment. Jadebit Horror. No, you can't even play it. Don't have enough mana for it. Beholds and Becomes has also become impossible to play on these pages unless you have Veteran Executor already in play. Alright, there's Hema. Hema is, you know, one of the most powerful companions in the entire game. So it's not a big surprise to see her coming out here. And she can start, you know, fighting pretty effectively. Alright, seems we're just waiting. Setting up for some sort of opportunity, hopefully. There isn't enough mana available on Fusion's side to go for another It.the Fast, even if that should be available. There's an Alpha incident here? Oh, I assume that was stolen. Is that the plan right now? Use the War Chronicler to add the Valifar incident to your hand? Because it doesn't seem like Fusion has actually found it yet. Yeah. Do Warp Springs override the It.the Files red marks? Yes. Any mark overrides any already existing mark. So you can just, like, this is kind of like what's happening in these games, is that these players aren't actually playing any marks themselves. So, like, in a way, marks are the counter to marks, right? You can just override the stuff. And oftentimes that is the right way of dealing with it. Yeah, Warp Spring and Birdsong are very good versus It.the Fast. Yes, they're very, very good against it because they mark multiple pages all at once and it just kind of gets rid of them. And gets rid of this stuff because, you know, It.the Fast is just really, really dangerous. Alright, it is my turn. Veteran Executor. And an Animus Mirror. Okay. Is it time? Is there enough? Is there enough mana? Is there enough damage? You have 15 mana available. It's not enough. Nowhere near enough. You kind of have to probably Yeah, so here's the Animus Mirror. You play the Egotist to have it break the barrier. No, you win. No, that's actually enough. Wait, no, is it? That the files mark messes with it. I'm not confident it is enough. Because you play a veteran executor here. Right? And you put the veteran executor into the guarded stance. Or you can play the Beholden becomes first, I guess. Yeah, so here it goes into the guarded stance. Beholden comes out. And then it copies the veteran executor. Now they're both in the guarded stance, and very importantly, they went into the guarded stance by toggling it themselves. Somebody ran out of time. Oh no! Oh no. Oh, that is a disaster. There's a timer. Honestly, I think the timer's pretty generous. It's 90 seconds every turn plus 90 seconds reserve time. And Swaginyasha just ran out. Ran out of both of it. And if you are in the middle of making a decision, when the timer runs out, it will make a random decision for you. Right? It will just do something at random. So, Swaginyasha actually getting a bit unlucky there. Was in the middle of toggling the stance, had the 5 damage floating, needed to choose something, and it shows its own thing. Will not random, it will do the first available. Oh, okay, I guess it's a bit more predictable than random. But yeah, kind of unfortunate. I think that might actually be a loss for Swaginyasha then. Timer, getting killed by the timer. Look, the timer's part of it. The timer's part of it. Timer is part of the game. You have to keep it in mind. It's just that simple, right? And if you're playing and you've already run out of reserve time, you have to be fast. I played a bit of chess recently, right? And playing chess is basically only playing the timer until you get to a certain skill level, but you're just constantly fighting the timer. That's assuming you're playing like the popular Twitch format, which is 10-minute chess, right? But look, sometimes that's just how it goes. Some games, that's part of it. That's part of the whole experience. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and slam the ultimate. I think you have to at this stage. No Animus Mirror available anymore. Did it get voided? Or were they... Yeah, they get voided. That's unfortunate. Okay. And, yeah. Could have pushed you future into 9 HP. Yeah, and at that point you can just start bolting for damage, right? You just keep bolting and eventually you're gonna get it. That like if Swaginyasha loses here, which I think is very likely, that's definitely why. Don't do it again. Come on, my guy. Yeah, just do that. Transform, hit twice, and just call it. Just be done with it. Fast, fast, fast. Come on, come on, come on, attack. Okay, there you go. Look, that's what you gotta do right now. That's what you gotta do right now. In chess, you don't have to wait for the animation after each play. If reactions were instant, you could play all that in one. Yeah, but you're aware that the animations exist. I think that's a pretty silly statement, honestly. It's not like the animations are coming out of nowhere, and it's not like you weren't aware that the animations existed. You just didn't account for it when you were accounting for it in a timer, which means you did a bad job playing the timer. I think blaming the game for that is just kind of saying that, hey, I'm not good. How dare the game punish me for it? No. No, my guy. You gotta keep the time in mind. Animations are part of it. Alright? Sorry. Tiny ultimate has long animations. Then don't sit your entire turn. Don't wait 90 seconds before using the ultimate. I mean, that's entirely your decision. Like, I'm sorry. I think the timer is perfectly fine as is. And people need to, like, y'all need to just actually play with the timer in mind. You see, Fusion got all the time in the world remaining. No stress there, no big deal. All right. So what do we have here in terms of damage output? Son of Driven? Nah. Just these marks are the real oh no. Oh, the second open arms. Oh, you can't lose that here. You really can't lose the veteran executor. Is the extra type shared or is it just a visual bug? No, it's a visual bug. Don't worry about it. Okay, Rebels and Cruelty. Rebels and Cruelty is like one of those things where it's like usually very powerful, but I don't think right here it's gonna do anything. Ah, what do you even do? What do you even do? When you're out of cards already, you're never gonna win a mill plan, right? Yeah, that's kind of the downside of using the ultimate like that. I don't think using the ultimate was wrong. It just didn't work out, right? There's nothing you can really do about that. Sometimes you're just gonna get a bit unlucky there. Alright, so it seems... Okay, that actually opened up a space. That opened up a space, and now we can attack. Hey! Maybe this is still possible. Maybe I'm calling it too early. That's 8 HP remaining. That's really not that much. Whew. This might actually be happening. So Beppo just drew a veteran executor. I don't think Fusion has actually played a Balafar Incident yet, right? So there's no bolt. And there's not enough mana for a Balafar Incident. Alright, that's 8 mana again. Oh no. Don't do it. Don't do it again. Oh no. Okay. That's sort of fine. Possibly, maybe. Because the Vanguard Recruiter... Oh, no, that's it. That's game. Alright. You're not getting through that plating. I mean, what do? You need to play it that defiles, right? And you need to play it on the free page. And you need to take down both those companions. But then you aren't playing the Vanguard Recruiter this turn and attacking, which is what you also need to do. And there we go. Yeah, rough. Hey, Yaruso, I'm gonna upload a video about all of this stuff soon. I need to prepare it a little bit. Right now, today, we're not worrying about how well something is doing. Today, that's not the priority. Today, we're having a tournament, and we're having a good time with it. Alright? So, I'm currently ignoring all of those questions because, frankly speaking, I don't really want to talk about it right now. Right now, we do the tournament. Okay. Into the hooked. So this Vanguard Recruiter is like another bit of burst damage, right? But the bigger problem here is really just the plating. Because you need a way to... Oh no, oh no. Oh no, it's just getting worse by the second. It's just getting worse by the second. Just call it, my guy. Come on, you're wasting our time now. What are you gonna do? There you go. Alright. Game 2. And that puts us into That puts us into game 3. And that's kind of cool too. So it seems Top Ebu actually won. Look at you guys. Look at you. You got it. Sick. Alright, let's try this again then. 2 minutes. Who wins? Top Bebu or bottom Bebu? Got it. So I have to say, it is maybe something worth keeping in mind here that Swag and Yasha lost the game, but didn't necessarily lose because there was anything wrong with his deck. I think that Swag and Yasha's deck actually won that game. Right? There was lethal.
Don't cry if you lose.
Absolutely. It was there 100%. Somebody just ran out of time. Somebody didn't play the timer right. And as a result, didn't end up working out so well. So that's always something worth keeping in mind there. How much of this was the game and how much of it was, how much of this was the deck, right? And how much of this was the player. So Swag and Yasha, you have high hopes riding on you. I believe in you. You can do it, my friend. I don't know if chat believes, though. We will see. Chat does not believe. Although this is totally getting fucked with because Fugent is the one who's bet 30,000 points on himself. Come on, you can't go doing that now. Oh man. What a scam, dude. What a scam. Alright then. So I think it's going to be 68 to 32%. Although if we exclude Fugenter, who is again betting 30,000 points on himself, this would actually be 50-50. Alright? 30,200 on here and 27,700 over there. Well, let's have a look then. So I went all in last game, so I have no points left. Big oof. Swag and Yasha lost all his points. Oh man. So Animus Mirror already found. Honestly, just play the friggin' Egotist sometime. Play that bad boy. Start swinging a bit. You gotta get through that plating, apply some pressure. I know it's scary because you don't want to run into the it.the files, but it's too early. No, it can actually come out already. God damn, Bebu. Bebu is just terrifying, I'm telling you. So, all right. Here's the Forsaken Armor. And you can actually just slam it.the files here. I don't know if that's necessarily right, but the card has been very effective so far. And you can't play Valafar into the next turn anyway, so there's really no downside to doing so. Because if you want to get the Valafar incident out as quickly as possible... Wait, is my math wrong? No, it's not. Why wouldn't you play it at the fast? I guess waiting? Setting up for a bigger turn? Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. Scholar's attendant comes down. No big deal. So this is kind of setting up for maybe an it that defiles now. Right? Like kind of saying, all right, I think earlier was maybe not ideal, but if we do it now, then we can maybe get a bit more value. Although, I don't know, for second armor, I now won't even die to it. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like, you want to get that big threat out as quickly as you can. Because Battlefield Incident can't be played right now. There's not actually enough mana, not enough mana available. You do need 10. And now you can't even play the It That Defiles if you want to play the Battlefield Incident next turn. Like, that's kind of the problem. Maybe play something small. Play like a few Egotists or something like that. You kind of have to start emptying out your hand as well. An Egotist will... Yeah, it's kind of threatening, and it will break that plating over there. So it's something that's worthwhile. Yeah, it's the second Egotist. And it's not really gonna do much, but it will break the plating at the very least. Although, wait, no, that's not enough. I was about to say, well, bag of crowns. Oh, there it is. Ah, always. Now, where's the positioning? Yeah, very good, smart positioning. Still, plating is broken anyway. The question now is, do we respond with an It That Defiles or with a Battlefield Incident? To be honest, this combo can get started pretty early. So I don't see a problem with just leading the Battlefield Incident there. Just get that out. Yeah, there we go. And pass. Queuing 3 mana. God in a bottle, very good. Continuing this defensive approach here, I think, and that makes sense to me. I think you need to make sure that you're protected from the bolting power that you're about to face. Oh no. Yeah, this is the scary one, the beholds and becomes, because it becomes a veteran executor. That's what it beholds. That's what it becomes. It might be smart to not play the Animus Mirror yet until you can actually really start using it. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and start getting a bit of a trade there. There's only one It That Defiles page so far. So, still looking pretty alright there, right? I think, honestly, that's the biggest problem you can face here if you're Swag and Yasha, is too many pages being taken over by this debuff. So working to slow that down, I think, is very smart. Yep, and I think this is the perfect play. You just chill, you take it easy, you hope your stuff doesn't get immediately annihilated, but even if it does, that's kind of okay. And you just kind of wait. Because now you can still play the Animus Mirror next turn. And by playing the Animus Mirror, you can then get immediate benefits from toggling the stances of these two guys. And of course, then you start slamming your entire combo. You play the Veteran Executor, you play the Beholds and Becomes, and it will be just a lot of damage coming out all at once. I think personally this is the right play. And yeah, we'll see how it works out. Fugent setting up some... Oh, no, not saving any mana. Taking the Wildfire Incident and a few other cards, I assume. Oh, adding a card to your hand. Yes, okay. Add a copy of a card from your ashes to your hand. Alright. So, we're looking at how much mana? We're looking at 11, 14 mana. We need 6. Ah, yeah, it's plenty. It's plenty. Alright, so we need 5 for the Veteran Executor, 3 for Animus Mirror, 3 for Beholden Becomes. Oh. Actually not gonna go for it. Taking it even slower. Even slower. That's a surprise to me, I have to say. I really expected that to be the moment when you go for it. Especially since a card from the ashes was just added to the hand. Wait, no. That guy was moided. Okay, so it couldn't have been the It at the Files. Alright, bit of an overdraw. What did we lose? A For the Wicked. Honestly, probably a fine card to lose. I don't really think you want to play it anyway. So 5 mana. That's going to be an Open Arms. Probably on the It at the Files. And then... Your story ends. Okay. This is honestly not a bad place to be. Still. The Animus Mirror will be able to do a lot of damage. Is that Prey? I don't know what else this could be for 3 mana. Oh no. Yeah, I think last turn was the turn to go for it. I feel like that was again, that was now being a bit too patient. All right, sometimes you actually have to just start attacking. And in that last turn, there was a great opportunity to do a ton of damage. Would it have killed? Probably not. Right? But it's important to realize that with this kind of combo deck, you don't actually have to kill with your combo. You can just do the combo, get some damage in, and then chill. Do it again later. Or maybe just like, don't worry about it. It's fine. Like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. I have to say I don't like playing this guy here right now. You're just kind of reducing your damage output by a lot now. By constantly playing these guys into the -3 pages. It feels a bit silly to me. I've got a Rummage for another... for another Animus Mirror. I really hope next turn we see it. I mean, you have to go for it at some point. And again, I know it probably wouldn't have killed, but it would have done a good amount of damage. Yeah, now you have this stuff happening, right? It's just so slow. So slow. Alright, importantly though, there is still enough space on the board. There's still enough space to, I think, comfortably be able to do everything you want to do. So gotta go for it. I mean, now you're wasting a bunch of damage into plating, which ideally you would have liked to avoid. But oh well. We'll see how this turns out. Again, there's 15 mana available right now, which is quite a lot. Sounds pretty powerful. Animus Mirror comes down. 2 neutral, 2 ambition. Yeah, that is going to be the Veteran Executor. And then toggling that into the guarded stance. With the primary. It's really important that you do it with the primary. Right? Or I guess play the Beholden Becomes first. That's fine too. So you have to do the toggle with the primary into the guard stance. Because that way you don't use the natural a natural guard stance switch that every companion has per turn. And you can still do it a second time now. All right, there we go. We shoot that. Hello.
Hello, Stinky. I just wanted to know what your plans for dinner were, because
I don't know.
it seems like it's going to take another 6 years.
No, they're almost done here. And then after...
You have one more game, right?
Yes, and then we have the finals.
That's going to take another 6 years.
I don't know. So far, it's been going pretty quickly. It's okay, honey. I'm gonna do until it's done.
Okay, well, do you want me to cook dinner? Or should I wait until you're done and then cook dinner?
You can probably wait a bit unless you're hungry.
No, I'm fine.
Okay, well, I'm fine too. We can
Just
wait.
wanna make sure that, you know...
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. You can get me some water though. That would be nice. All right then. Yeah, there's a lot of damage on the board. I'm surprised to not see the rummage play to find the next Animus Mirror again. Right, I think finding the... This is, I feel... And this may sound kind of being mean, like I'm being a little mean, but...
You guys suck!
Well, no, but... It's kind of, I think, like a... It seems to me like a consequence of not actually building your own deck. Right? Because if you take somebody else's deck, then you will learn, okay, so here's the main strategy of the deck. And I've seen this many times where players then just kind of get stuck in the mindset of, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do with it. That's the strategy of it, right? So I'm going to be doing that. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with doing that, what the deck is supposed to do. Hey, Dr. Misclicks, thank you very much for Twitch Prime. Appreciate it. Right? Of course you want to do what the deck is supposed to do. But oftentimes these kind of decks actually have a lot more flexibility than may immediately be obvious. And so kind of building your own deck gives you, I think, probably more insight into finding that flexibility. Again, playing so defensively, so carefully here. They're really taking their time. God in a bottle again. Continuing to build up plating, continuing to tank up. Echo Mage and Veteran Executor are in hand for, some potential plays here. And these prays, I don't know how useful those are going to be. Because, your main concern, I think, at this stage is really having your last remaining pages be hit by the files again. Oh, there's your story on this. It's actually kind of fine because now you get the dusk effect. Which isn't too bad. Hey, Kababoomy! Thanks for the 9 months, my friend. I appreciate that. Alright, second Veteran Executor. Yeah, I'm just a little confused why the Rummage isn't being played. I mean, I guess you don't want to set yourself up for a prey until you actually go for some sort of play with that. But at the same time, isn't that now? Wouldn't that be now? That's interesting. Why this page? I would have funked this page. I would have thought here. Because then you get this cluster, which is kind of gonna protect your own cluster you have over here still. A little interesting decision there. I'm not sure why. I'm not questioning it. I'm just kind of curious. Okay, passing again. So I think what's going on with this Rummage is that Swag and Yasha probably doesn't want to put the Animus Mirror into hand. Because it is the last one, right? It's not voided or anything. No. There's 2 Animus Mirrors in the Ashes. I assume they are free in the deck. I would be very surprised if they aren't free in the deck. And, you don't want to lose it to a prey or something like that. Although, important thing is Rummage doesn't add it into your hand until the start of your next turn. So, you kind of need to play it when you're getting ready to go for the combo again. Hey, Barmy, how's it going? How do you join the Minecraft server? Or Discord server, rather. Discord.gg/Barmy. That's also where the Minecraft stuff is. Minecraft stuff is. Alright, there's the It That Defiles again with a Blight Baptism. Alright, nothing too crazy. Yeah, 5 pages are now occupied. Beholds and Becomes. Is that what we're waiting for? I mean, it's not unreasonable. Makes sense to like wait for that again. Alright, there's a Prey. Hits For the Wicked. I mean, like, honestly, For the Wicked isn't really a card that I think Fusion wants to play here anyway. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Right? So, this could still matter. But I'm not sure about that. Alright. So, there's an Echo Mage. And number 5 mana. Where are we headed with this now? I mean, we did just bounce and hit that Defiles. And we know there's enough red mana available to play it again next turn. Hey, Rude Civicius. Thank you so much for the 3 months, my friend. I appreciate that. Alright, just getting a hit in. But there is enough mana for the Hit That Defiles. Alright. 3-2-3. Yeah, there it is. That's it. That's what we're going for. Gonna hit the second to last page. So only the leftmost page will still be available. Which, yeah. And some more healing with the rabbit. It is our turn. Alright, Beholds and Becomes. 2 of them. So that is 6, 11, 14, 15 mana. If Svagen ever is going to get it, it needs to be this turn, right? You can get free veteran What? Are there only 2 Animus Mirrors? No way. Why wouldn't you? Am I missing something? Was it stolen? No? Okay. There might only be 2 Animus Mirrors. That is my only reasonable suspicion at this point. Jade Pit Horror. No, okay. Play the Veteran Executor over there. Attack. And now? Alright, so that will take up your... Alright, so... Is this a bait? Okay, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Was this a bait to try and get Fusion to use Prey now to bounce back this Veteran Executor? Or just to have the Veteran Executor in play? Second Veteran Executor. That is so risky though. I mean, like, yes, the It That Defiles can't come down right now. Right? It can't come down right now. There's just not the mana available for it. But there are so many ways these can be destroyed. I think you should have kept at least one back so you can Beholds and Becomes it. I mean, if these guys don't get destroyed right now, I think Svagen Yasha does win. Almost certainly. But I sure expect them to be destroyed right now. Although I mean, Insatiable Blight? You don't even need that much mana for that. What's coming here? There's no incident available. There's no it.the files available. Like, these are not options. Oh, does Fusion not have a good way of dealing with this? Open arms? To get one of them out of there at least? This is such a risky play from Swag and Yasha. So incredibly, incredibly risky. There's Hema. Oh, but wait, Hema can't attack. Oh, there it is. There's skin of my teeth. There it is. Yeah, that's it. That's the last executors, right? 1, 2, yeah. No, that's it. I don't know. Like, now the boards and becomes just will not be useful. Okay, using the ultimate here. Interesting. Echo Mage. Yeah, I don't know what can happen now. You beholds and becomes copy Gradaza Hema. You attack. And then? Okay. Echo Mage. What do you do? But your deck doesn't have any spells. The only stuff you've got is in the Ashes, which is gonna be like Prey and Valafar Incident, I guess. You're gonna Prey the Hema. Okay. So it seems we're gonna reuse a spell from the Ashes. I'm not sure which one that's going to be. Alright, Incident. I guess, I don't know. Are we switching into control mode now? That's fair, and then I would have waited more. Funnily enough, I think using the ultimate here was actually like a huge mistake. I don't know if Fusion does still have, like, not yet ready in the deck. But if it isn't, if it was sideboarded out, then using the ultimate... Wait, was it maybe... No, it wasn't in here. Because you're just gonna start taking fatigue damage, right? Open arms, infinite die. Start looping open arms. Use open arms to put more open arms on your deck. So use Plague Dragon Sane, kill the 4/5, and then just wait. Do you even kill the Forsaken Armorer? I guess you could play a Jade Pit Horror. But if you play the Jade Pit, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like, this page, like, it's not that easy for an it.the files to actually hit every single page because you're required to move something before hitting it with the ability. Meaning that if your opponent just continuously only places in the empty page, the non-defiled page, then the it.the files will just not be able to actually like hit it in that one. It needs to move it first. So it's not that easy to get all of them. Clever, right? I know it makes it a little bit awkward to play around. Or like to play with at times because you don't always want to move something, but I don't know. I thought it was clever. So anyway, There's the files. He'll just take this down. Alright, 5 mana, open arms. Okay, I think now we're looping open arms, right? Like that's what's happening now. We're just looping open arms. You beholds and becomes. You beholds and becomes this guy. And then yeet it in here and kill it. Like, that's the thing. I don't know, man. I think Future using his ultimate was just like a huge mistake. I think that was just like such a mad. Don't play Hema. Don't do it. Just beholds and becomes the guy. Oh no. Okay. Are we copying Hema? Alright, we get a second Hema. Why? Okay, there's the trade. I guess we attack. I guess just so to have something to hit with. And we get a rummage. Yeah, that's not a surprise. Is Swag and Yasha actually gonna do it? Because I think Fusion doesn't play Not Yet Ready. If Not Yet Ready was still in that deck, it would have been played by now. Ultian gave Swag a chance in this game to be honest. Yeah, I don't know why. I think if Fusion had just chilled, not clicked Ultimate, then Swag wouldn't really have had like a great out. And Fusion just needed to like slowly, incrementally build up a board and get an advantage that way. It just never stops. It just never ends, you know. They just keep coming. And that's gonna be another open arms to loop back the open arms. But here's like the thing. Even with Fusion looping open arms to like not take fatigue damage, there's still only like what, 6 cards in that hand. And those 6 cards, that's all he's got. That's it. Once those are out, you're out. So you gotta kind of like figure out a strategy to deal with that. Alright, I think we're uncovering right now. Let's see what we find there. Yeah, nothing important. Alright, yes, you play Beholds and Becomes, you copy the guy, you use the ability, yeet it into the left side. Get rid of that mark. Okay, why? I mean, sure, I guess you get bold. You use the ability. Okay, good. Good. Smart. Good thinking. And now you attack. You can't. No, you have both. You can actually attack. Alright, Son of Driven is actually fine. You know, you get a hidden. I don't know if Fusion has anything to deal with this. I know we know Fusion has an open arms. But what else? You know, like you can't use that open arms to deal with this guy, because if you do that, then you run out of. You can't loop open arms anymore. Which game is this? No, this is game 3. This is not game 2. So some big brain reason for why Fusion didn't defile the last remaining page. You can't. So it that defiles requires you to move a companion. I move target opposing companion. It's not voluntary. So that means since this is occupying the last undefiled page, it needs to be moved first. So you cannot just take this one as well. War Chronicler. Okay, probably gonna see. Probably gonna add another 8 that defiles into hand. That will be my guess. Blight Baptism, okay, that's fine. By the skin of my teeth. Damn! And War Chronicler is now chilling over there. Alright, so the 8 that defiles didn't quite make it. Animus Mirror. Animus Mirror will actually let you deal some damage here. Yeah. No, it will for sure. You play Animus Mirror primary on the Forsaken Armorer. Toggle out, kill the 4/4, attack. Alright, that's the approach. I do think you have to kill the 4/4 here. Probably. I don't know. This actually... this feels like a bit of a silly game, but I mean, it's actually kind of wild it's gotten to this point. So this was actually a mistake. It doesn't really matter because this guy is, you know, pretty vulnerable anyway. But you could have had this in the guarded stance. Alright. Okay, we took some fatigue damage. Hey, Fusion took some fatigue damage. Yeah. Wait, is this going to matter? This could have mattered, actually. Because if you do the way I said, which is you toggle it into the guarded stance with the primary first, you toggle it out with the natural toggle, then you attack, then you're in the guarded stance again right now. Right? So at the start of your turn, you toggle it back into the combat stance, or like at the next turn, you toggle it back into the combat stance, you deal 4 damage with that, you attack, you deal 4 damage with that. That puts you into the guard stance again. You can use the primary to put it into the combat stance again, deal another 4 damage then. That would have been 12 damage. It doesn't actually kill. No way. Oh no, you can't do that. Oh no. Do you have another open arms? There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. There's 4. That's it, right? That's it. That was the last. There's 5 here. There's a lot of open arms. The thing is, like, if it comes down to just Fusion playing stuff and trying to kill Swag and Yasha before dying to fatigue, Fusion loses, right? Like, that's a fight Fusion loses. Because 8 plating is too much to get through. How many cards? 8 cards, yeah. So Swag and Yasha is not very likely to run out of cards anytime soon either. These two are sure taking their time. Okay, can I say this? This game could have been over a long time ago. Very long time ago. Okay, Blight Baptism. Well, we'll see what you draw. I mean, if you get like a Froggle. Froggle doesn't do it. No, Froggle doesn't do it. No. And that's gonna lead to an open arms loop again, right? Oh my god, you guys. So how is everybody doing then? I heard the game is dominated by Zoo. I heard the problem people were dying on is that people were dying on turn 3. Oh, somebody died. Can you guys stop fucking going to main menu to concede? Who won? Who lost? No! I'm gonna need a play-by-play. I'm gonna need a play. Good game, Fusion. Swag and Yasha said good game, Fusion. That doesn't tell me anything. That doesn't tell me anything. What happened? No! Come on, man! Oh my god. You gotta tell me. You gotta tell me what happened, dude. What happened? Win verification. Who wins? You won! You did it! Swag and Yasha actually did it. So the throw wasn't too bad. The throw wasn't too much. Oh, thank God. That would have felt kind of depressing. Oh, choose outcome. Bottom Bebu wins. Hey! Really sorry about the fact that it keeps kicking us out at the end of these. But I think that's because people aren't conceding. But instead what they're doing is they're going to the main menu, which is kind of crashing it. Which is a little annoying. We didn't check for that. Hello, what's up?
Hello.
Yes, okay. Anyway, so that was losers finals. Now all that's missing is grand finals. Cool. We'll see how that goes, and then we'll kind of go from there. All right then.